Monsieur Coquelin!
Quoi encore? Alors, votre pièce, comédie, tragédie?
Tragédie. Comédie.
Le titre?
Hercule.
Oh.
Savinien. Cyrano. Un poète avec un grand nez.
Cette pièce sera très bien. Il faut juste l'écrire.
C'est l'histoire d'Edmond Rostand qui a 29 ans.
This is the story of Edmond Rostand, who is 29 years old in 1897 in Paris. He is a young playwright who has so far written only flops. One day he meets Constant Coquelin, a great stage actor of the times, and he tells him that he has a play for him. Coquelin asks about it, and Edmond tells him that it's called Cyrano de Bergerac, and it's about a poet, swordsman, and romantic. Coquelin says, great, let's do it. The problem was that Edmond had not written a play yet. So it's the story of the creation of Cyrano de Bergerac. It started as a film script I had developed for Legendre Productions, but we were not able to finance it. And because of that, one day, out of despair, I told them, what if we did it as a play? And they said, great, let's do it. And so we did. And thanks to the theater, since it was an instant success and is still on today for the 4th year, film financiers approached us and said, well, it would be a good idea to make a film out of this play. And that's how we were able to make this film.
Et c'est comme ça que j'ai pu faire le film.
Les répétitions commencent demain matin.
La pièce n'est pas écrite.
Molière a monté Tartuffe en 8 jours. Ça manque un peu de cul. Marchera jamais.
Votre verre va musa.
Cet acteur, c'était pas possible.
C'est le pire acteur du monde, que voulez-vous que j'y fasse?
De qui parlez-vous?
Moi, je suis un homme de théâtre.
I am a man of the theater. I am a director, playwright, and actor. And Cyrano, as for many people, is my favorite play. One day, after rereading Cyrano, I discovered that Edmond Rostand was only 29 when he wrote it, and that before that, he had only produced flops, and that nobody believed in the success of Cyrano. Everybody was convinced it was going to fail. But eventually, it became the most successful French play. And this was all decided in one night, the night of the opening. And I really thought that I had to tell this story. And I carried this project for 10 years before meeting with film producers Alain Goldman and Vanessa Gion at Legendre.
Chez Légende.
Eh bien, mes amis, ça sent le succès.
Je vous préviens, cher Myrmidon, qu'à la fin de l'envoi, je... Louche?
Je touche.
Et donc évidemment,
Those are evidently situations I have personally encountered before, amplified of course, but always with kindness. Because what comes out of this story, in the end, is that even if all the characters are a bit crazy in their own way, none of them are fundamentally evil. It's only egos, but likable egos.
des égos sympathiques.
Nous allons modestement créer ensemble un chef-d'œuvre.
Comme à chaque fois.
Voici l'auteur, Edmond Rostand, génie.
Comme à chaque fois.
Dites-moi que tout va bien se passer.
Tout va bien se passer.
Embrassez-moi.
Lequel?
Et après, que se passe-t-il?
Je ne sais pas.
Et Roxane, que fait-elle?
Je ne sais pas.
Elle respire. Les Gorias.
On a tourné en République tchèque, donc pour des raisons...
We shot in the Czech Republic, first for financial reasons, because it's cheaper there, and we had a lot of extras, etc., but also because we needed a theater for a full month. And in Paris, it's unthinkable. They already have their program set. We were filming in January. We eventually found one in Pilsen, the town where they make Pilsner beer. So we went there for a month, and since we were in the Czech Republic, we stayed and shot the exteriors in Prague.
On a fait les extérieurs à Prague et on s'est débrouillé ensuite.
Je sens quelque chose dans cette pièce, comme si j'y avais mis tout ce que je n'ai pas. Le courage, l'humour, l'héroïsme,
L'amour.
l'amour. C'est...
C'est ridicule.
10 minutes avant le lever.
Ça, je n'ai jamais vu.
Et je pense qu'il est très français, évidemment, parce qu'il parle d'une pièce française.
I think the film is very French, of course, because it's about a French play. But I also think that it is very Anglo-Saxon in its storytelling, in its structure. It has the structure of a sports movie about a team of losers nobody believes in, but that end up winning the championship. And that's exactly it. We follow a poet who is losing hope and who, with his back to the wall, will create the biggest triumph in French theater. I also think that there are some French film fans who, even if they like Cyrano, are not particularly fond of the theater. But after watching this film, my hope is that I will make them like theater. And I think that this is universal in all cultures. And here, in America, there is a real love for the stage, in particular musicals, and I hope I will make the audience want to go to the theater.
Donc j'espère que je vais leur donner envie aussi d'aller au théâtre.